Hello and welcome to Beauty and the Bottom Line, our new 3-part video series where we dive into the world of finance to give you tips and advice to help with money matters in your salon. Welcome to video 1, Talking the Talk. In this video, we're going to go over some helpful financial terms that will make it easier to understand what's happening with your money so you can feel more confident in your decisions. Some of these words you may already be familiar with, and some that you've always wondered about. Understanding financial terms can be very helpful when you're having conversations with your accountant. We'll start from the beginning with sales and invoices. A sale happens anytime a customer pays for goods or services. Money has to change hands for a sale to take place. The details of that sale are recorded as an invoice. An invoice is a record of everything that the client has paid for, who processed the sale, the time and date of the sale, any discounts applied, the sales tax, and how the client paid. An unpaid invoice is when you've created an invoice but the client hasn't paid yet. For example, you've sent a link for your client to pay a deposit, or you've provided a service they'll pay for later. It's important that you take care with your invoices and make sure they're completed correctly. Invoices are the starting point for all of Timely's reporting, and any mistakes in an invoice can mean incorrect amounts through all of your reports. The money that you get from all of your sales is called revenue. So, if a company sells 100 units of a product for $10 each, its revenue for that product would be $1,000. You might also hear people talk about gross or net revenue. Gross revenue is your revenue before you pay tax. Net revenue is after tax. Revenue is also sometimes called your income. Profit, on the other hand, is the money that the business earns after subtracting all of its expenses from its revenue. So, if the company mentioned above had expenses of $500 related to the making and selling of that product, its profit would be $500. $1,000 in revenue minus $500 in expenses. In short, revenue is the amount of money a business earns, while profit is the money a business has left after subtracting all of its expenses. Another really important term to understand is a liability. It is something that the business owes and is expected to pay back in the future. In Timely, gift vouchers, deposits, packages, and customer credits are all liabilities. That is to say, your client has paid you for something, but they haven't received the service or goods yet, so you owe them a product or service at a later date. It's important to keep track of your liabilities. You wouldn't want to get to a stage where you have no cash flowing through your business because you just have clients come in and use their liability. It's also one of the key things a potential buyer will look at if you were ever to sell your business. The last two terms we're going to look at are cashing up and reconciling. Cashing up is the process of counting the money that you have on hand at the end of the day. It involves adding up all of the cash in the cash register, as well as any other money that the business has received, such as tips or card payments from customers through your terminal. The goal of cashing up is to make sure that the amount of cash on hand matches the total sales from that day, and to check that there's nothing missing or unexpected. Reconciling, on the other hand, is the process of comparing two sets of financial records to make sure that they match up. For example, you might compare your Timely reports with your bank statements. The goal of reconciling is to identify and correct any mistakes and ensure that your business's financial records are accurate and up to date. This is where you can double check your bookkeeping by comparing your bank statement lines with sales and receipts. For example, you might be checking your payouts match what you have received in your bank account. Hopefully that was helpful and you learned some new ideas to help you understand your money better. In the next video, we'll be talking about managing payments. See you soon.